I want to tell a story of a man who had a great opportunity. This man was offered a sales job at the age of 17, but he decided to ignore it. He then got offered an opportunity to learn about business. So he started to put in the work. He was learning, and he was learning quickly. But then a week went by, and rather than partake in this opportunity, he didn't do anything. Even after putting in the time to learn. So was this a self-esteem issue? Was it a distance issue? Was it an issue with his ego? See, this man was me. And I didn't understand exactly why I didn't pursue what I thought could change my life. Why did that stop me? What stopped me from doing something that could possibly help me out and could possibly further myself in my future? Over time, I understood that this was a problem with my ego. But ego isn't what you think. You see, ego doesn't mean pride or high confidence. It simply means self-identity. To put it differently, your ego is what makes you who you are. Your flaws, your strengths, your mindset, even your beliefs. And so, when I say that my ego was to blame, what I actually mean is I let my own mindset, my own beliefs and assumptions to control my better judgment. So how does this tie into putting people on a pedestal? To put it briefly, we look at people in our day-to-day lives as if they have it all figured out. Like they know things they know things and can do things that we simply aren't capable of. But that's simply not the case. So why do we think this way? Because we are absorbed by our own problems and flaws to the point where it makes it difficult to acknowledge that others are flawed just like us. So why put people on a pedestal? Maybe you think you're not that attractive. You could be right. You could look like a hairless rat. You could look like that kid from The Incredibles if he ran headfirst into a semi-truck. You could think you're less intelligent than everybody else. And yet again, you could be right. Maybe you think that everybody has it better than you. Which again, you could be right. But why allow those things to grant power over you? To put it differently, why not change yourself? Improve yourself the best you can. If you feel dumb, it's never going to change unless you start to read. Unless you start to research and make learning a habit. If you feel ugly, you still have control over the clothes you wear, over your diet and how much you work out. You could also change your hairstyle, which all those things combined can help improve the way you look, the way you feel, the confidence you have. And some of them have side effects, like the gym, for example, will help develop better discipline. The point I'm trying to make is if you feel that everybody is better than you, it's because you're not doing enough, or you haven't made the right changes. I used to feel worse than everyone else, at everything. I was made fun of a lot. My lisp, as you guys could probably tell. I was made fun of for the way I looked. I was called dumb, stupid, and even retarded by most of my friends, and it was a consistent thing. And the one thing about name calling is eventually you start to believe what they have to say if it becomes consistent enough. So watch who you're spending your time with. Going back to the main topic. You put people on a pedestal, but by getting into the habits, understanding your flaws and your weaknesses and improving them by creating systems and changing them to adapt to your newfound knowledge and skills will allow you to endlessly grow as a person. This growth will allow you to notice how much people don't have it figured out, how lazy and undisciplined the majority of people truly are. We take advantage of all we have in our life. We waste endless hours watching entertainment on our phone rather than putting our time where it matters, into our family, into research, into learning. So my final advice to you, write down all your insecurities, the things you hate about yourself, the things that you want to hide out of shame, out of fear of embarrassment. Take note of the things you can and cannot change. And then it's up to you. Do the research, put in the work, and stay consistent. Not for a week, not for a month, not even for a year. You must stay consistent for the long term. Make it an identity. Make it part of your ego, in other words. A great book I recommend to everybody is called Atomic Habits. And I'll be making a video on that, based on that, next week. It's a great book about developing habits, breaking habits, and overall, highly recommended. I want to conclude this video with a summary. So why do we put people on a pedestal? Because we are too absorbed by our own problems to notice that everyone else is facing the same problems. So what can we do about our insecurities? Learn to work either around them, because some may not be changeable. If you look a certain way, if your nose is too big, if your ears are fucking wider than a door, then you can't change that. I mean, you can do cosmetic surgery, but you have to work around it. That's all there is to it. But if you can change it, create valuable habits for the long term. So what is ego? Another thing that we took up. Your ego isn't your pride. It's your identity. The beliefs, the skills, the things you perceive about yourself that makes you who you are. I want to mention one last thing. Neglect this notion of perfection, as this will lead to insanity. Only focus on reality and the steps you can take to improve. If this video helped you in any way, I will ask for 2 seconds of your time to please subscribe and leave a like. Also comment if there's any topics that you would like me to discuss. That being said, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Bye.